Hello, Chris.
Hello.
You have the questions.
I do, yes. Yeah.
The first. ¿Cómo se definirían? ¿Como un estudio de diseño, una agencia de publicidad o están enmarcados dentro de otro rubro?
I'd say we are very much a design studio rather than an agency.
Okay.
And I think an agency, typically in the UK, is a much larger organisation. They might produce television, media, a whole range of different types of graphic design across a big, large area. So we are only two here, so we're quite a small boutique agency.
¿Qué tipo de trabajos realizan en el estudio?
So on the whole, we design for print. We design books, marketing material, we design identities, we do branding, we do exhibition design, anything really that is of interest. We tend not to do digital design or web design.
Okay. All.
Anything, yes. In England we say no job too big or too small.
In Argentina it's the same.
Okay.
Sí. ¿De qué manera trabajan? ¿Tienen profesionales fijos o tercerizan los trabajos?
So we have two people, myself and Angela.
Yes.
And we're both designers. And then if we get busy, we will outsource work to freelance designers. So we have a network. We will use photographers, illustrators, printers, or anything that we can't deliver here. But the work very much comes from us, so we decide what to do and then commission anything in.
¿Qué tecnologías utilizan para trabajar? Software y tipos de computadoras.
So we run on Macs.
Yes.
Do you need to know the type?
In my case, Mac.
Yeah, okay. So
Only Mac.
So we have Mac Mini, which is big enough for us. And we use typically Photoshop, InDesign and Illustrator, and Acrobat on a regular basis. So it's Adobe.
Yes. Web design.
Web design, we don't do web, so we will commission that.
Okay.
So we will design a website in Photoshop and give the layout to somebody, and then they will probably program it in HTML. I don't think they use a software program for it, or maybe WordPress.
Okay.
Typically.
De acuerdo a los trabajos que realizan, ¿qué tiempos de desarrollo manejan aproximadamente?
So this is number 5.
5.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes. It's very difficult.
Yes, it depends. So we rebranded a university in London University last year, and that was a 6-month project. This job we're working on at the moment for the Goldsmiths Fair.
Okay.
This is a branding project, and that's maybe 6 months. There's a lot of different aspects to it. So there's postcards, invitations, there's banners, there's a catalogue. So that's a large, ongoing project. Some projects, perhaps, they're in and out in a week. It depends.
Yes.
It depends, or a day.
Sí, depends project.
Exactly.
Si te compararas con otros estudios de diseño, ¿con cuáles serían? ¿Podés mencionarlos?
I think other studios. we can come across them all the time online when you're looking for examples of work. So you see the work and you don't perhaps know who the studio is, but I would say our competitors probably other small boutique agencies. Off the top of my head, maybe Praline, Studio Frith, We Made This is Studio. Those are the sorts of people I think that we're probably most similar to. But in London, there's so many. Okay. Maybe 2 people, 1 person, half a dozen people. Okay. There's a lot.
The Seven. ¿Cuál es, en función a tus conocimientos, el mejor estudio de diseño a nivel nacional y mundial?
I think it depends what sort of work you like. There's big branding agencies, Four Follins, for example, do very impressive work everywhere. I think in design,
for example, Pentagram.
Exactly, I was going to say Pentagram. Anybody with Pentagram. SEA, North, Johnson Banks, Studio Myerscough. Who else? Practice, Made Thought. They're very good. And internationally, I'm less sure. Frost, actually, he's moved to Australia now. Neville Brody, still around. So who else? Experimental Jet Set. So a very good one. They're Dutch. Yeah, I mean, lots. So off the top of my head, those are the ones I think of.
10. ¿Dónde estudiaste diseño?
So I studied at London Art College. I went to Chelsea College of Art and then to Camberwell College of Art. Both quite famous art colleges. Angela went to Norwich.
Okay.
So I studied fine art, printmaking with graphic design, and Angela studied graphic design for magazine?
Publishing.
Design for publishing at Norwich. Yeah. Very famous art college too. Famous in England.
Marketing, no.
Not marketing.
No marketing.
Design for publishing.
9. ¿Podrías mencionar al o a los mejores teóricos del diseño en Inglaterra?
So the theorists. I think probably Adrian Shaughnessy. He writes a lot about graphic design. He's got a blog, I think, called Design Observer. There's David Jury. He writes books about typography. Stephen Heller. He's an online pundit. Robert Bringhurst. He writes. I don't know if he still writes. This is a very famous. It's a student textbook, if you like, about typography. I don't know if he's English, but it's somebody that I think should be read by most students.
It's very interesting. Written. Okay. ¿Cuál ha sido su mayor desafío en un proyecto de diseño y comunicación en el estudio?
I think the identity for London Metropolitan University and the university identity has certainly been the largest job that we've taken up here. So that was a whole branding for a largish university. It was just big. I think it was a lot of work.
It's a great project.
It's a whole look. So it's a new logo, identity, typeface, colours, branding, posters, templates, the whole everything the university needs to project and show. It was hard work, but I don't know if it was challenging. You said it's challenging? Angela worked mostly on it.
Yeah, it was pretty challenging.
It was a lot of work, wasn't there?
Yeah.
I don't think it was... in terms of challenging, sometimes small jobs can be difficult. You try to create something new and different when actually you're doing something quite small, and maybe it's hard to get that right, whereas a bigger project, everything might fall into place quite neatly.
¿Cuál es la debilidad o problema que podrías encontrar en el diseño inglés?
That's hard. I think English design, European design, is very good.
Yes.
I think
it's the best design of the world.
I think European is Swiss design. It's lovely. Dutch design, very, very nice. British, UK, it's really good. I don't know if any problems, not really. America is very bad. I think they have a different. We work with an American company. They create some adverts for us, and then they give them to us, and then we have to make them into an exhibition. And I think in America they think differently. I think in Europe we are more sophisticated in ideas. I think the Americans are much more obvious. So they have an idea and it says, this is a book by me.
Yes.
And that's it. And I think in Europe we like to be intellectually, we like to get more involved. There's an exchange between...
There is little concept in the graphic pieces in America.
Yes.
¿Qué imagen tienen de Argentina? ¿La conocen?
When I think of Argentina, I know nothing of Argentina. It's a big country. You have a white and blue flag. I think of football, Maradona. Beef.
Today Messi.
See?
Today Messi, Lionel Messi.
Okay, I'm not sure about that.
No. Okay.
Sorry. I think of beef and cattle. Buenos Aires. Medinas, is it?
¿Cómo?
Mendoza?
Mendoza.
Okay.
En tu caso, Chris, ¿has viajado a la Argentina? Si es sí, ¿qué impresión te llevaste?
So where am I now? 15?
Yes. No.
13. Have I ever travelled? No.
Okay.
No. I've never been to South America.
Okay.
At all. I went to America once. Didn't like it.
Okay. ¿Y del diseño en Argentina? For ti.
No, nothing. Sorry.
Okay.
I'm sure it's very beautiful.
15. ¿Han evaluado tener una filial en Argentina? No.
I think number 14, Argentinian design. I haven't seen any, but I in my mind, I imagine there's a lot of political protest posters which are very good. But maybe I'm thinking of Chile.
Con respecto a la tipografía, ¿suelen comprar fuentes o se manejan con fuentes libres?
So we will always buy fonts. I think if you buy a font from a good font library, then you know it's been well made. I think free fonts probably not so well made. I think so, and also you should support the type designer.
In Argentina, the fonts are very expensive.
They're quite expensive here, so you can charge the client if you can.
De acuerdo a tu visión, ¿podrías decir hacia dónde se proyecta el diseño en Londres y a nivel mundial? 70.
Again, it's difficult. I think design goes round and round, and there's so much now. So in England, in London, there's a lot of type that is centred and maybe underlined, like this.
Right.
So that's a trend.
For example, design thinking, the concept.
Right.
It's a new concept of design.
Design doing. I think it's always doing something new. There's serif typefaces, there's sans serif typefaces. I think it's a difficult thing to predict, really. I don't feel that we're like in the 80s when David Carson was producing that rough, anarchic type of graphic design. We're in a world of brands and selling to people, so I think it's got to all be very clear and controlled. I'm not sure where it's going. It's
Okay.
evolved constantly.
Okay. ¿Conoces cuántos años tiene el diseño y la comunicación visual a nivel profesional en Inglaterra? 18.
Number 18. Well, I think the first book was designed in, I don't know, 1600, which makes it 500 years old, 600 years old. So the letterpress was the first design, the first Caxton, first thought about what typeface we should use. So in England, I think modern design, as we might imagine graphic design now, probably started with Jan Tschichold in Germany in 1905, and he introduced the new style of sans serif typography.
In Argentina, the profession have 30 years.
Okay.
Nothing.
No more than that, I think. But people were printing
Yes,
material,
yes,
so
yes,
the printer
yes.
would choose.
But learn graphic design
Oh, okay,
only
okay,
30
okay.
years.
So if you have a job title in England as a graphic designer, I would probably say 1920, perhaps, something like that. So yeah, maybe 100 years, 80 years.
One question more. How does your thinking process work?
Very badly.
Total barrier.
Yeah, I think we get ideas from everywhere. So from watching television, from reading, looking out of the window, collaborating, talking. I think design's about solving a problem first and having an idea, and then when you have the idea that you want to then try and realise when design. If you're solving your problem with a strong idea, then everything falls into place. It makes it much easier. Otherwise, you're thinking, oh, I think I'll make it blue, and I use this typeface, which sometimes is okay for smaller projects. But I think it's about having an idea and a concept, and then working from there.
You made multiple idea on the one work.
Yes. Yeah. So a client will come and say, we would like you to design a book or a brochure. We will do maybe three or four ideas around that and present them, and then the client typically will pick a little bit of this one and a little bit of that one.
Yes.
We put them together.
Okay, bueno, thank you.
Thank you.